African leaders, we don't need to be invited anywhere to go and address our problems.
You are watching Van TV Media, your favorite channel.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Van TV Media. Of course, this is your favorite channel that gives you stories that is hovering around the African nation or around the world. There is a video I passed through. There's a video I saw somewhere that Paul Kagame. There's a video of Paul Kagame asking African leaders and talking about African leaders being used by the West countries. Paul Kagame was addressing Congress in Africa, whereby he was talking what he used to see from African leaders, whereby these African leaders used to go to make a congress with West. They're being invited by West to go and talk things, to go and being lectured by the people from whites, instead of African leaders coming together, instead of African leaders joining together to see on how to solve the problems that we are facing.
African leaders, we don't need to be invited anywhere to go and address our problems without first inviting ourselves to come together to tell each other the actual truth that we must tell each other about our serious problems. For me, when I'm watching on television and I find our leaders who should have been working together all along to address these problems that commonly affect their countries, wait until they are invited to go to Europe to sit there and just, it's like they are made to sit down and address their problems. Why does anybody wait for that? What image does it even give about us, about Africa? In fact, the image it gives is that we are not there to even address these problems. We are there for a photo opportunity. We are happy to sit there in Paris with the President of France and address and just talk about addressing problems. It doesn't make sense that our leaders cannot get themselves together to address problems affecting our people. It doesn't make sense.
I can come down and tell you that Paul Kagame said something which was so important to us as African people, who needs to proceed, who needs to go far the way we think like those countries from West are in. We can come together and decide on what to do, on what changes we can make to make Africa to be in states the way you think that people from West are in. Instead of us being invited to people from West and being told on how we can control our nation, instead of them saving our nation, they are coming in our nation to take all the resources which we have as the nation. I can agree with the decision of Abraham Traore, whereby he came up and do away with people from France, do away collaboration with France, whereby he saw France People are coming in Burkina Faso and taking all the resources and taking all minerals and taking all golds to their country to enrich themselves. This speech from Paul Kagame is a speech where African leaders can come close and listen to it and have a change in Africa. This speech can make Africa to prosper, can make Africa to proceed, can make Africa to make well use of the resources which we have in Africa to make this nation, Africa, be like those nations that you think like they are rich, those nations that you think like they are living a good life. The speech from Paul Kagame made me to feel like, to think and to know that we have people who can control this nation, this African nation, instead of us thinking of going to the whites to beg, going to the white to be the puppet. Most African leaders are the puppet of the whites. Most African leaders, they believe they can't rule the nation. They can't make a decision in their nation instead of them going to the whites to ask for assistance. As African leaders, as African people, we are supposed to come close. We are supposed to come together to collect all the problems which we are facing in all the nations, to put them together and decide on how to solve those problems instead of us going to the white, instead of us going to Europe, going to Britain, going to France and ask for assistance. Instead of them giving us assistance, they come in and exploit our resources. They come in and start war between us so that we can disagree each other for them to have a benefit. This is the speech that Paul Kagame addresses, and this is the speech people are supposed to watch, and this is the speech people are supposed to agree on and come together to make this nation, African nation, to prosper. Just drop your comment and tell us what is your view on this speech where Paul Kagame came up and lecture the Africans leaders. You can drop your comment, and also if you've not subscribed to this channel, you can subscribe, and so that we can be together. In case I post any story, you'll be the first one to watch it. And guys, let us meet in the next episode.